Well, let's find out what makes humans click and like and share things online with a human of our own, James Creedon, with Media Watch. Yes, more than smiles and frowns from you. And some smiles and frowns in French politics today. That's where we're going to start off today's Media Watch. Divisions within the ruling Socialist Party.
That's right. So more frowns on the left and smiles on the right at the divisions on the left. The front page of Le Monde has, well, a rather long and angry rant, if you could term it in that way, by Martine Aubry. Now, she is a former leader of the Socialist Party, and you could say she represents the left wing of the Socialist Party, or just the socialist kind of more authentically left-wing element of the party. She is very critical of François Hollande. She she speaks about the failure of his presidency. So this is somebody in his own party who you would expect to be an ally, who is absolutely lambasting him in Le Monde today. She speaks about an enduring weakening of France because of the style and the policies of François Hollande. And she says enough is enough. This is essentially, I think it's fair to say, Martine Aubry coming out very strongly against François Hollande and probably potentially pitching herself against him for the upcoming presidential election in 2017. So that article getting a lot of clicks and a lot of reaction today in France because it is really, you could say, his own party essentially turning against him in the form of Martine Aubry. Now, it's not the only time. France TV Info .fr is talking about the 7 times she has been critical of François Hollande during his presidency. She's been critical of a lot of things. She's basically saying that he's implementing a right-wing set of policies, reform to the labour laws, the lengthening of the state of emergency, all sorts of different policies that she says are simply not left-wing policies. So a lot about that. I'll just quickly show you the way in which cartoonists are depicting it. François Hollande is currently on an official visit to Peru, and that is Martine Aubry, blowing water in his face, basically.
Like a llama.
It's not very kind to either of them, I think. Also, it's
kind of cute.
It is kind of cute in a disturbing way. His plane also has broken down in Peru. So Le Figaro talking about him, the curse of François Hollande, essentially. And here saying, oh, well, that's too complicated to explain. Basically saying, did somebody find traces of maroilles in the engine of his plane? Maroilles is a cheese from the north of France, where Martine Aubry comes from. So they're basically saying she's throwing cheese into the engine of his plane to block it. It's a very...
Too highbrow for me, James Creedon. Too highbrow. Let's move on to a video of the French president that's been doing the rounds online. This is related to his trip to Wallis Island earlier this week. And some people are saying that this video is a little bit on the unkind side in its treatment of the French president.
It definitely is, right. Let's play it, and I hopefully we'll have some sound. Now, what you see here is the French president clapping.
Oh no, oh dear. Oh, not yet, François.
Right. Now, and then there's this sad music because it's depicting this very sad and tragic. They're saying he clapped on his own for himself when his name was mentioned, but actually it's a tradition on Wallis Island when somebody's name is mentioned in a ceremony like that to clap for your own name. But it's being depicted everywhere as this tragic moment where Hollande is the only one clapping for himself.
Oh dear.
He is low in the polls.
That's a bit of a cruel edit,
It is very cruel.
Isn't it?
So we're setting the record straight.
Right. Something not cruel, Leonardo DiCaprio is being absolutely lauded and honoured in the French press as The Revenant comes out today. They say he's going to get the Oscar.
They say he's going to get the Oscar, that it's a tour de force, it's amazing, and it's an excuse, basically, to play this video game where Leo's Red Carpet Rampage.
Show us.
It has been going a little bit viral. It's a game that has been released, and the idea is to help him win the Oscar or get the Oscar. So you press...
Oh, there he is. There's our little man.
Now you've got to press...
There's his Oscar.
You've got to press G and H and run. And if you press the space bar, he jumps. And there you go. He has to get past the paparazzo. And eventually, if you're very skilled, he gets the Oscar. We'll have to see what happens on Sunday.
I think you're going to be very skilled at that by Sunday. Thanks so much, James Creedon, with
Catherine.
Media Watch Today.